Imagine gliding through the cosmos only to encounter creatures that defy all earthly logic. Welcome to the bizarre reality of space snakes. As we traverse the vastness of space, tales of unusual phenomena often emerge, but none quite as peculiar as the sightings of what some astronauts describe as space snakes. These serpentine entities, shimmering against the backdrop of the cosmos, have sparked both awe and skepticism. Historically, the concept of organisms thriving in the vacuum of space seemed far-fetched, bordering on science fiction. Early reports of these space-dwelling creatures were met with raised eyebrows and dismissive chuckles from the scientific community. Yet, the reports persisted, coming from various corners of the astronaut corps and space enthusiasts who claimed to have witnessed these elusive beings. Despite the initial disbelief, the narrative began to shift as more accounts surfaced. What if I told you that there are credible accounts from those who've encountered these serpentine astronauts not once, but twice? It was a routine spacewalk for astronaut Mike Johnston, but what he encountered was anything but routine. Floating against the backdrop of the infinite cosmos, Mike was performing standard maintenance on the exterior of the International Space Station. As he maneuvered around the modules, the void around him shimmered unexpectedly. It wasn't debris or the usual suspects of cosmic phenomena. No, this was something entirely new. From the darkness of space, a group of creatures emerged, each one glowing with an ethereal light. They were serpentine, long and slender, moving with a grace that defied the vacuum around them. These were not the cold, lifeless forms one might expect in the void of space. These creatures were vibrant, their bodies translucent and shimmering with hues of blue and green, like the aurora borealis compressed into a living, flowing form. Mike watched, transfixed, as they undulated through the cosmos, their movements synchronized in an otherworldly ballet. The creatures seemed to be made of light and shadow, a living paradox that was at once both there and not there. Their presence was hypnotic, and Mike found himself both awed and frightened by the spectacle. Here, in the lonely expanse of space, he was witnessing what no human had ever reported before: life forms that defied all known biological principles. The emotional impact on Mike was profound. His heart raced as awe mingled with an acute sense of vulnerability. These creatures, so beautiful and so alien, highlighted how little humanity truly knew about the universe. Mike's breath fogged up the visor of his helmet as he tried to comprehend the encounter, his mind racing with questions that had no answers. As the space snakes continued their dance, they eventually faded back into the cosmic expanse from which they had appeared, leaving behind a trail of lingering luminescence and a deeply shaken astronaut. Shaken by the sight, Mike returned to the spacecraft, his report met with disbelief back on Earth. Back on Earth, the tale of space snakes sounded more like science fiction than science. When Mike shared his experience, the initial reaction could best be described as a mix of disbelief and amusement. The scientific community, with their rigorously skeptical glasses on, demanded evidence more concrete than mere accounts. Without physical proof or additional sightings, Mike's story hung in a vacuum of credibility. In the wider world, his tale spiraled into the realm of pop culture, morphing into memes and late-night show punchlines. The term space snakes conjured images from old sci-fi B-movies rather than a plausible astrobiological discovery. This cultural backdrop only deepened the skepticism, turning serious inquiry into a sideshow. Mike found himself a reluctant celebrity, his genuine report overshadowed by a spectacle. Despite this, Mike maintained his stance. He knew what he had seen, and he patiently waited for the chance to validate his claims. But the cosmos had more in store for Mike, as he would soon find out. 2 years later, Mike found himself staring into the void again, but this time, he was not alone. Armed with anticipation and a state-of-the-art camera, he was determined not to let this opportunity slip through his fingers. Ever since his first encounter with the enigmatic space snakes, Mike had been meticulously preparing for this moment, hoping against hope that the cosmos would grant him a second chance. As the spacecraft maneuvered through the dark tapestry of space, Mike's eyes were glued to the observation window. His heart pounded with the rhythm of the stars, his breathing almost in sync with the silent hum of the spaceship. Then, as if summoned by his sheer will, they appeared again, graceful, luminous, undulating through the vacuum with an ethereal grace. This time, they were closer, their shimmering scales casting nebulous reflections on the spacecraft's hull. Mike's hands, though steady, betrayed a tremor of excitement as he captured image after image. The space snakes moved with a purposeful elegance, their long, serpentine bodies glistening with a spectrum of colors that defied human description. These creatures, with eyes that flickered like distant galaxies, seemed to acknowledge his presence with a calm curiosity. This encounter was different. It was confirmation. As Mike observed, he noted their behaviors, how they seemed to communicate through subtle shifts in their iridescence, how they maneuvered through space with such precise and deliberate motions. It was a dance of cosmic proportions, a ballet set against the backdrop of infinite darkness. The return journey to Earth was a blur of excitement and urgency. Mike knew that this time, the evidence he held could not be dismissed. The images, clear and undeniable, showed the world what he had seen. They showed that the universe was far more mysterious and alive than anyone had dared to imagine. With evidence in hand, the impossible suddenly sparked new debates among the stars and on Earth. With tangible evidence of their existence, space snakes transformed from myth to a subject of scientific curiosity. Imagine for a moment serpentine creatures undulating through the cosmos, their very presence challenging our preconceived notions about where life can flourish. It's not just a discovery, it's a revelation that expands the boundaries of biological science. The scientific community, once skeptical, is now buzzing with excitement. Researchers are hypothesizing about the biology of these space snakes. How do they survive the harsh conditions of space? What do they eat? Or do they even require sustenance as we understand it? The anatomy of these creatures could revolutionize our understanding of life's adaptability. Biologists and astrobiologists alike are drafting proposals to study their physiological and genetic makeup, eager to uncover secrets held in their alien biology. Moreover, the habitat of these space snakes prompts a re-evaluation of habitable zones. Traditionally, life as we know it has been associated with planets situated in a star's habitable zone. However, the existence of these creatures in the vacuum of space suggests that life can be more versatile and resilient than previously imagined. This could lead to a broader definition of what constitutes a habitable environment. Philosophically, the existence of space snakes poses profound questions about life's ubiquity in the universe. It nudges us to consider that Earth is not as unique as once thought, and life might be thriving in the cosmos in forms and places beyond human imagination. The discovery opened new doors, not just into new life forms, but into the resilience and adaptability of life itself. From disbelief to discovery, the journey of accepting space snakes as a reality reflects our broader quest for knowledge. Imagine the uncharted expanses of our universe, and nestled within, a phenomenon so bizarre, space snakes. Initially, these creatures were mere figments of wild astronomical theories, brushed aside by many as flights of fancy. Yet through the eyes of a brave observer, not once but twice, these serpentine anomalies proved to be as real as the stars themselves. The first encounter broke through the cosmic silence with a spectacle that defied conventional understanding. Descriptions of sinuous forms dancing through the vacuum of space stirred more than just curiosity. They sparked a fierce debate. Skepticism ran high as the scientific community grappled with the implications of such an existence. Then came the second sighting. This wasn't just a confirmation, it was a revelation. The space snakes were no longer just a tale, but a tangible part of our cosmic neighborhood. The scientific world buzzed with excitement. theorizing about their origins, their biology, and what their existence meant for our understanding of life in the universe. It's moments like these that remind us of the importance of maintaining an open mind. The universe is a grand stage of endless possibilities, far beyond our current comprehension. Each discovery, each anomaly that we encounter challenges our perceptions and expands our horizons. As we continue to explore the vast, mysterious cosmos, who knows what other surprises await us among the stars?